So it is so wonderful to be all together as one community. As one congregation. I am feeling that so deep in my bones this morning. I can see that some of you are too. I'd love to ask people who are regular attendees at the 10 a.m., which is the traditional service, to stretch themselves a little bit, please, as a Mother's Day gift to me. And give a little shout out. So if you normally go to the 10 a.m. traditional service, just do a little like, woohoo. Yes, well done. And now, if you normally come to the 11:30 or contemporary service, let's hear from you. You got it? Okay, 10 a.m. people were stretching. That was a gift. Thank you. I know it was a gift. It's not really church-like for some of us, which is all good. And then if you normally go to the 11:30 humanist service or the point, let's hear from you. Okay, everybody, woo! It's really, 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 really good to be all together. So I find myself wondering this morning, how many prayers have been offered up by mothers on behalf of their children over the centuries? There are those late at night prayers. And I think I'd like to ask the children to help me. Can you guys help me start a prayer just by saying, Dear God? Can you all say that? Please don't let them drink and drive. And then there are those first thing in the morning prayers. And I'm going to ask you guys to help me again. These are the young people under 18, let's say. Can you say, please, great mystery? Please, great mystery. Let them learn from my mistakes and not have to repeat them. I like that one. So many mothers' prayers answered and unanswered. I think God and Google must have a special cloud up there where all mothers' prayers are stored and kept. I'm sure if you're a mom, there are some you've repeated over the years. Maybe not, please, Holy Mother, no tattoos. Maybe something more like, give me the strength to make it through another day without harming this beloved child of mine. Or grant me the wisdom to find the right words to say and the right words not to say. Still, the no tattoos prayer is a good one, I think. And I confess this morning that I did pray a version of that particular prayer not too long ago, more than once. Around the same time, I told my oldest daughter, Sophia, after she got her second tattoo, that if she ever wanted any more money from me ever again, she better not get another one. So what do you call that? What kind of mothering is that? Heavy-handed? Manipulative? Controlling? What was that? Spot on, I heard somebody say. Thank you, Ron. Controlling, yeah, authoritative. That mothering maneuver of mine, whatever you call it, actually worked for a while, more than a year, if my memory serves me. Being a mother is complicated. Everyone has an opinion about what a good mother is, about what good mothers and bad mothers do and don't do, about who should be a mother and about who shouldn't even think about becoming one. There are so many myths of motherhood, so many generalizations, so many stereotypes about single moms and teenage moms and rich moms and poor moms and white moms and black moms and brown moms and divorced moms and stepmoms. The problem with generalizations is that they don't tell you very much, though. For example, All Mothers Care About Their Children is a great example of a generalization. There's lots of hard and soft science to support this statement, which means it's often true. And in this case, we want it to be true. But we also know there are mothers who don't care for their children for one reason or another. And we can act all self-righteous and judgmental about that fact, as if we mothers don't have a clue. Or we can admit to each other, those of us who are mothers, that being a mother might be the best thing we've ever done, but it's certainly one of the hardest things we've ever done. So from this Mother's Day on, while we're all together this morning, let's agree to be careful making generalizations, because they always leave something or someone out. Can you make that commitment this morning? Amen. And commitment number 2, let's be even more careful with stereotypes, because those hurt more than help, always. For 2 simple reasons: they overgeneralize and they oversimplify, so we never see who people really are when we let stereotypes define them. And second, they're based on assumptions, not evidence or facts, so even when we get new evidence that contradicts our stereotype, we don't change our minds. Stereotypes keep us stuck in old patterns of thought and behavior. And despite our good intentions, even we often think in stereotypes. I'll give you just a few examples. If you want to, you could even close your eyes and imagine which ones you're likely to fall into. You're a woman, so of course you're getting all emotional. You're a man, so of course you have no idea how I feel. Well, you're an Okie, so of course you're a liberal, so of course you don't get it. Or you're a conservative, or you're gay, or you're straight, or you're white, or you're black, or you're a believer, or you're an unbeliever. So of course you don't get it. And for those of you who are in school, well, you're a jock, or you're a nerd, or you're an artist, or you go to a magnet school, or you go to a private school, or you go to a public school. So of course, you couldn't possibly understand me. We all think them. We all get hurt by them. So this morning, I want to invite you just to take the next maybe 30 seconds to actually really close your eyes now and think of a stereotype that's been used against you. The first one that pops into mind might have happened recently, might be lasting from a long, long time ago. Don't doubt yourself. Just find it and remember how it feels. And now before I move on, promise yourself you'll slow down and think twice next time before you use a stereotype to judge someone else and keep them at a distance from you, because that's all they do. Our challenge every day is to see each other clearly. And our specific challenge this morning is to see the mothers in our lives more clearly, to see what is real and true and still good. Motherhood has been idealized long enough, maybe far too long. We aren't sinners or saints, we're just women. So I didn't finish telling you that story about what happened with my daughter. Sophia was about 20 years old when I told her she wouldn't get another penny out of me if she got one more tattoo. Not long after our more tattoos, no more money conversation, she graduated from college. A year later, she moved out of state. She got a job. She started renting her own apartment in downtown Nashville. She was paying back her own college loans and supporting herself. And it started to feel more and more ridiculous to me that I was still exerting this kind of control over my daughter's life. It felt even worse that I wasn't able to show more respect for the woman she was becoming right before my eyes. And I realized, despite all my well-developed defenses, how hypocritical I was being. I didn't have a problem with other people's tattoos. On friends and strangers, on you, they seemed expressive and creative, often very beautiful, but not on my baby's skin. I was haunted by, even controlled by, generalizations and stereotypes. Bad or dangerous people have tattoos was a stereotype of my parents' generation. People with visible tattoos can't get certain jobs was one of my fears based on some widespread generalizations. But finally, I realized that I had let my relationship with one of the people I love most in the world be limited by my fears and my judgments. Stereotypes and generalizations had infected my own heart. I'll always remember the day I told her, "I love you no matter what, Sophia. It's your body, and it's up to you." She was really quiet, which is not her norm. "Really?" I think she said. "Really," I said. "And more tattoos doesn't mean I'll never give you any more money the rest of your life." And we talked for a while, and we hung up, and within minutes, after our phone call was done, I got a text. She said, "Mom, I love you more than anything. And tattoos are a part of who I am and how I express myself now. They're a part of my life, and they're a part of my journey. I can't say when I'll stop because I keep changing and growing on the inside, but it doesn't change who I am. It doesn't change my heart or my mind, just my skin." And she went on, "But lucky for you, part of my life right now is also being broke, LOL. So there won't be much tattooing going on for a while." And after I finished wiping the tears off my face, I texted back, "I love you. Thank you for being patient with me the good mother and me the bad mother." She texted right back, because text is like that, right? "Love you, love you, love you, love you, Mom. XO, 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 XO." You know, I don't know how many tattoos Sophia has today. I've stopped counting. And actually, you don't know if I have any tattoos today. You might think you know, based on some generalization about ministers, or some stereotype about women from the East Coast, but you don't. So this Mother's Day, I invite you to get curious. I invite you to think beyond the generalizations. I invite you to set aside the stereotypes. Get curious about the particular mothers in your lives, including yourself, and start telling the truth. Because we are the ones who can take apart the myths of motherhood by telling each other these stories. We are the ones who need to think twice about the stereotypes we let separate us from our families, our teachers, our classmates, our friends, other members, and not let them create distances between us. I know they're real because I harbored a few about my very own daughter. I also know we can let them go in order to love each other better. They're more powerful than you might imagine, but they're not life-giving. They are life-threatening when they're not lethal. So please, this week, ask the mothers you know to tell you when and how they broke through what I'm calling a smothering mothering myth. How did they break through? How did they break out? How did they set themselves free? And if you liked Tina Fey's piece, adapted as it was, you might even want to start with a prayer. Let's get all the kids together to say, "Dear God." 1, 2, 3. Dear God. Oh, you can do better than that. 1, 2, 3. Dear God. Help us see all mothers more clearly, and help us truly appreciate and realize all mothers and their dreams, for the dreams and prayers of mothers are the prayers and dreams the future is made of. Amen.
Thanks for tuning in online. We are so pleased with all the different people who have been tuning in from all over the country and all over the world to our ministry and what we're doing at All Souls here in Tulsa. if you have a chance to send me an email or connect with me in some way, let me know what you're finding, why you tune in, and what you're getting out of it. I would love to hear from you. I'm always pleased when I get messages from different people who tell me all kinds of things about the impact of All Souls Tulsa's ministry on them and their lives and their families. And if you get a chance to make a gift to support this ministry, to become a partner, we would love to partner with you and have you be a friend of the church and somebody who is actually supporting us to create this congregation and the world that we're trying to create together. You can be a part of it, and every gift of every amount makes a difference. We really appreciate your support.